அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். உங்கள் அனைவரையும் ஆன்லைன் கிளாஸ் மூலியமாக சந்திப்பதில் மிக்க மகிழ்ச்சி கொள்கிறேன். நம்ம நீண்ட இடைவேளைக்கு பிறகு நாம் ஒருவரை தொடர்பு கொள்ள இருக்கின்றோம். இந்த இடைப்பட்ட காலகட்டத்தில் நீங்கள் அனைவரும் வீட்டில் நலமாக ரொம்ப சேஃபாக இருப்பீங்க என்ற நம்பிக்கையோடு நாங்கள் இருக்கிறோம். இருங்கள், எங்கேயும் தேவையில்லாமல் எதுவும் பண்ணாதீங்க. காலத்தின் கட்டாயமாக நாம் இந்த ஆன்லைன் கிளாஸை எடுக்க வேண்டிய நிர்பந்தத்தில் இருக்கின்றோம். அனைத்து மாணவ மாணவிகளும் கொடுக்கப்படுகின்ற அசைன்மெண்ட்டையும் நடத்துகின்ற பாடங்களையும் தினமும் படித்து கொள்ளுங்கள். ஏனென்றால் நமக்கு இருப்பது குறைவான காலகட்டத்தில் இருக்கின்றோம். ஆகவே மாணவர்களாகி நீங்கள் சொல்லுகின்றதை கவனமாக கேட்டு புரிந்து கொண்டு படிக்கும்படியாக கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன். ஓகே, you come to the lesson. We have 12 chapters. In the first chapter is introduction to macroeconomics. So economics mean, you people know that already I taught to you. Economics is a study of mankind in the ordinary business of life is known as economics. அதாவது பொருளாதாரம் என்பது மனிதனுடைய அன்றாட நடவடிக்கைகளை பற்றி ஆராயும் இயலே பொருளாதாரம் என்கின்றோம். இப்போ பேரியல் பொருளாதாரம் மேக்ரோ எக்கனாமிக்ஸ்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. we have the chapter macro economics. The economics, our subject, is classified into two branches or two parts. One is macroeconomics, another one is microeconomics. Macro means large, micro means small. We know the father of economics. Adam Smith is our father of economics. He is a classical economics. And another, James Keynes, is called the father of modern economics. We have the modern world. So he called father of modern economics. Okay, we come to the subject. What is the meaning of macroeconomics? Macroeconomics, the word is derived from the Greek word macros, that means large. Hence, the macroeconomics is study of economy as a whole. That means you can study or analyzing the entire aspects. That's why it is called the economic as a whole. In other words, macroeconomics leads or deals with the aggregates. What is it? Such as national income, employment, and output. This aggregate means total, the entire. That is aggregate. Likewise, we analyzing that all the aspect of economics. That's why called macroeconomics. Macroeconomics is also known as income theory. Okay, now The importance of macroeconomics. Number one is there is a need to understand the functioning of economy at the aggregate level of evaluate suitable strategies and to solve the basic problems prevailing in an economy. There is a need to understand. We have to understand the functioning of economy at aggregate level. Functioning of aggregate, the economy, the total economic activities to evaluate the suitable strategies. What is the suitable strategies? யுக்திகளை சரியான யுக்திகளை மாற்றவும் மற்ற அடிப்படை பிரச்சனைகளுக்கு தீர்வு காணவும் பெரிய பொருளாதாரம் உதவுகிறது. That is suitable strategies and solve the basic problem prevailing in the economy. Then second important, to understanding the future problem and evaluate the precautionary measure. What is that future problems? In economy, in the future, what will going to happen? So now you have to understand in present itself. You have to understand the problem and you need the precautionary measure. எதிர்கால பிரச்சனைகளை புரிந்து கொள்ளவும் தேவைகள் மற்றும் சவால்களை எதிர்கொள்ளவும் தேவையான முன்னெச்சரிக்கை நடவடிக்கைகளை எடுப்பதற்கு. To understanding the future problem and to evaluate the precautionary measure. Precaution, முன்னெச்சரிக்கை. So what does it need the macroeconomics? Then third important, macroeconomics is provide the sample opportunity to use a scientific investigation to understand the reality. What is that? Macroeconomics is provide the sample opportunity to use a scientific investigation to understand the reality. Now we have to understand the problem in economic. We understand that problems and to evaluate investigation through the scientific investigation, அறிவியல் பூர்வமான விசாரணை. They have need the macroeconomics. The next, macroeconomics helps to make meaningful comparison and analysis of economic indicator. What is that? Macroeconomics helps to make the meaningful comparison and analyzing of economic indicator. Comparison and analyzing. What's a comparison? Comparing with other. ஒப்பிடுதல். Analyzing, பகுப்பாய்தல் through the economic index. And that's why given provide the sample opportunity to use the scientific investigation. It helps to make the meaningful comparison analyzing the economic indicator. Indicator means குறியீடு. Okay, next, the macroeconomics helps for better prediction about future and to formulate suitable policies to avoid economic crisis. To formulate the suitable policy to avoid economic crisis. Economic crisis means we face some problem in economic problems. பொருளாதார பிரச்சனைகள் அதற்கு தீர்வு காணுதல். That's why given the macroeconomic helps to the better prediction தீர்வு காணுதல் about the future and formulate the suitable policies. அது we need the policy, economic policy and the suitable solution for future solutions. That's we need macroeconomics. And the second last, the scope of macroeconomics. What is the scope? Area. What is area? Commonly you can say that scope, that in Tamil எல்லை. The macroeconomics, we have a large scope and it covered many major areas as follows aspects. One is national income. The basic aspect of macroeconomic analysis is measurement of national income. Measurement of national income by and its composition by sectors are the basic aspect of macroeconomic analysis. First one, what is that? National income. The measurement of national income and its composition by sectors are the basic aspect of macroeconomic analysis. The trends in national income and its composition provide a long-term understanding of growth process of economics. Measurement of national income. You have to measure in the national income through different sectors. The sectors means primary sectors, secondary sectors, and tertiary sectors. In all the three sectors, they contributing their income. Through that only can measuring the national income. And through the macroeconomics, you have to analyzing the basic aspects of all the sectors and its composition, and we understand the economic growth in the long term. You have to understanding. That's why. Then second one is inflation. Second one is inflation. What is in inflation? Inflation is refers to the steady increases in central price level. Estimating the general price level by constructing various price index number such as wholesale price index, consumer price index, etc. Inflation refers to steady increases in central price level. Now, the particular commodity or all the commodity prices are increasing day by day or hour-wise. That is inflation. When the prices are increasing, the money values decreases. That is inflation. This is in the estimating. Which one? The inflation is estimating the general price level by constructing various price index. What is the price index? விலை குறியீடு. this price index such as wholesale price index and consumer price index. Wholesale price index மொத்த விலை குறியீடு, அடுத்து நுகர்வோர் விலை குறியீடு. These tools are helps to constructing the these two index are helps to estimating the central price level. That means price. You have to estimate the price of the commodities. The next one, business cycle. What's a business cycle? In almost all the economies face the problem of business fluctuation and the business cycle. These cycles, namely, are movements, boom, recession, depression, and recovery. These are the business cycle. Almost all the economics means all the countries is facing the problem of these four kinds. What are the problem? Boom period, recession period, depression period, and the recovery periods. This have to explain, or you have to understand this one economic paradox, business cycle. This economy need to be careful studied based on aggregate economic variables. The next one, poverty and unemployment. What's the poverty? Unemployment. The major problems of most of the countries. Poverty and unemployment. This is one of the economic paradox. It is need to understand and allocation of resources and initiating the corrective measures. In almost the developed countries, they also facing the problems of poverty and unemployment. This is one of the economic paradox. இது ஒரு பொருளாதார முரண்பாடுகளில் ஒன்று. Which one means poverty and unemployment. வறுமை மற்றும் வேலையில்லா திண்டாட்டம். How to solve this problem? So macroeconomics, it helps to solve the problem of poverty and unemployment problem. You have to solve, it is need to understand and the allocation of resources. You have to solve the problem of unemployment and poverty. That means you have to allocate the resources and you take the initiative and you take the corrective measure. சரியான பிரச்சனை தீர்வுக்கான வளங்களை ஒதுக்கீடு செய்யவும் சரியான நடவடிக்கை மேற்கொள்ளவும் பேரியல் பொருளாதாரம் உதவுகிறது. The next, economic growth. Through macroeconomics analysis, we understand the growth and development of an economy and factors determining them. But through the macroeconomic analysis, பேரியல் பகுப்பாய்வுகளின் மூலம்தான் ஒரு பொருளாதார அமைப்பின் வளர்ச்சி மற்றும் முன்னேற்றம், அதை தீர்மானிக்கும் காரணிகள் போன்றவற்றை புரிந்து கொள்ள முடியும். We had the factors, the economic, the factor determining the factors of economy. The next, economic policies, பொருளாதார கொள்கைகள். The macroeconomic is significant for evolving the suitable economic policies. The economic policies are necessary to solve the basic problems to overcome the obstacle and to uh, achieve the economic growth. The policy macroeconomic significant for evolving suitable economic policies. The economic policies are necessary to solve the basic problem to overcome the basic obstacle and achieve the growth. We have to make the economic policy. Any crucial period, crisis period, you have to make the new economic policies to solve the problem. Means for that the macroeconomics is helps or needed. The macroeconomics is significant, is very important to make the economic policies. How to means overcome the obstacle. Obstacle means hurdles, some disturbance. You come across all the problems. That is obstacles. Now, next, there is a limitation of economics. What is the limitation? Limitation. Limitation means disadvantages. There are some limitation in our economics. First one is there is a danger of excessive generalization of the economy as whole. What's a danger? It's a very danger, sir. Something going wrong. Going to something happen. What is that? பொருளாதார முழுமைக்கும் மிகைக்கும் மிகைப்படுத்தி புதுமையாக்கும் ஆபத்து காணப்படுகிறது. ஆபத்து, danger, where in macroeconomics. Then second one is it assume homogeneity among the individual units. It assume homogeneity. The same are things. All the private individual units or companies, everything the same thing. They are assume that is second limitation. Then third one is there is a fallacy of composition. What is good of an individual, it is need not be good for nation. What is good for the country is not good for another countries and another time. That means, what is that? There is a fallacy. We have to analyzing evaluating some matter. There is some wrong in that. That is a fallacy of composition. தவறுகள் காணப்படுகிறது. There is a good for. What is a good for? Good of an individual. That good not for. That is not need not for another person. For one man is good, another man is not good. That's need not to good. That's a given. What is good of an individual? It is need not be good for another nation or another person. Then another thing, what is good for a country and is not good for another country and another person. Then last limitation, many non-economic factors determine economic activities, but they do not find place in the usual macroeconomic works. Many non-economic factor, many non-economic factor non-economic factors determine economic activities, but they do not find place in the usual macroeconomic works. There are so many factors determining the economy. These factors not find in the macroeconomic or economic, but it in place in the macroeconomics. I hope that you understand all this matter we are discussing. What are we discussed? Macroeconomics. What is an macroeconomics? Is a large. That means we are study of the whole. Economics. Economy as a whole. In other words, that it deals with the aggregate. The aggregate means such as national income, employment and output. National income, entire country income, total. What is national income? The total monetary value of goods and services. We are analyzing. And employment. Total how many employments are there? How many people are working? And output. Total output. How many units are produced? So the macroeconomics is also known as income theory. Then importance of macroeconomics. What are the importance? Why the macroeconomics needed? You can see that many points there is need to understand the functioning of economic and to understand the future problem and to understand and provide the sample opportunity to scientific investigation. Then macroeconomics helps to make the meaningful comparison and analyzing of economic indicators. Then macroeconomics is helps to better for helps for better prediction about the future and formulate the suitable policies. These are important. And the scope of economics. What are the scope of economics? One is national income. Second one is inflation. Third one is business cycle. Fourth one is poverty and unemployment. Then fifth one is economic growth. Sixth one economic policies. So national income, you have to measurement of national income and composition by sectors. These are basic aspects of macroeconomic analysis. And inflation. What is inflation? It refers to the increasing the price level. That's estimating the general price level by constructing various price index. Name as wholesale price index. Another one is consumer price index. Then business cycle. Business cycles mean all the countries economics face the problem of business fluctuation. Fluctuation means up and downs. The business trade you have ups and downs. This is a fluctuation. And business cycle. Cycle means rotation. One after one and then after none. Then again will come to the old one. The movements as a spoon, recession, depression and recovery. What is mean of boom? Boom means increasing, successful. The business are going very successful manner. That is a booms. And recession. Recession means pinnirakam. That is what small and tell in the business. That is a recession. And the third one is depression. Depression means very slow movement. There is no demand for the commodities. That's a depression. And a recovery. Recovery means a recover from that bad times. Again, the entrepreneur take the necessary steps to recover the all the bad manners. That is a recovery. These are business cycle and poverty and employment. The next one, economic growth, then economic policies, then limitation of, then limitations. Macroeconomics suffers from certain limitations. They are the danger exists generation of economy as a whole. Then is the assumed homogeneity among the individual units. There is a fallacy of composition. What is good of one individual, that is need not be good for another nation, and a good for a country, it is not good for another country and at another times. And these are all limitations. Okay, you have to learn and see again. Thank you.